If you need speed to create images or even animations to use in your dark channel videos, then stick with me until the end of this video because I'm going to show you a tool I developed that, my friend, has really sped up my creation process. You have no idea. Come with me. Hey guys, I'm Bassani. Check it out, I decided to jump on this dark channel creation trend. So what exactly is a dark channel anyway? It's basically when we have a channel here where someone presents something to you just like I'm doing now, but then I decide out of nowhere to create 388 channels, right? Let's just make a ton of channels and see if we can handle it. Anyway, I realized that when we start creating this kind of channel, we need to have production, otherwise we can't keep up and it doesn't make any profit at all. The very first significant obstacle I personally ran into was the intricate script writing part, primarily because not every artificial intelligence can genuinely give you a truly long and comprehensive script, specifically one that is exceptionally rich in valuable information, thoroughly backed by extensive research, and contains things that are actually and demonstrably based on verifiable facts, you know? So it's fine, what I'm choosing are things based on stories that really happened, or maybe didn't even happen, right? They're prophecies. But there are also other creative people who specifically create story channels. So they go there and meticulously make up a captivating love story, or perhaps a thrilling and suspenseful thriller, much like well-written books or compelling movies, you know. That's another type of niche, and I haven't gotten to that model yet. I'm doing a different model that I found cool. There are even things I'm interested in, things I'd really like to talk about on YouTube, but I didn't have much time to keep showing up on camera. So, alright, I went there and created this channel. By the way, I actually have several channels here, right? And it's been giving me quite a headache, but finally, I managed to develop a tool that's helping me speed up at least the image creation process. And I've already developed a way to create scripts partitioned into between 4 parts, or each part also divided into 2, which in the end makes 8 parts, so it can produce scripts of 40 minutes, an hour, 25 minutes. I know that the minimum I'm getting there is 20 minutes, so it makes for a nice story. The person who's going to work, or I don't know, is at home, about to go to bed, wants to watch something good, the script I'm creating, the videos I'm making, they're delivering this story with a good runtime. The person watches, there's a lot of richness in the storylines, so it's great. I'm really enjoying it. Alright, but now let's move on to the part that I managed to speed up. First of all, regarding the script part, I'm not going to explain it to you here right now because it's a bit complex and it's actually something I developed myself. I'm going to release all of this when I launch my training, which is called CPM Dark. Then yes, I'll make it available there so everyone can access it. It's a script that's really worth it. You can see on the screen, look, these are the retention rates I'm getting on my videos. So it's a type of script that keeps adding inserts to keep you watching the video until the end. So this will be delivered within the CPM Dark tool. Here, what I'm going to show you is the tool I developed to speed up the process of creating images and even animating images. This tool is called TurboPrompt. I was the one who developed it. Alright, I know there are some people who give you access to use similar tools on PicLumen, and there are also those who let you use them on ImageFX, but the person uploads the video and then removes it because ImageFX is constantly updating. So those of us who develop tools need to keep an eye on this, otherwise we lose access. For example, if I send 50 prompts, it can't understand that it's supposed to generate 50 images from those 50 prompts. In the case of ImageFX, 50 prompts are sent to generate 200 images. So we always need to keep an eye on it. The other tool that TurboPrompt accesses is Meta AI. This kind of access to Meta to send multiple prompts, create images, even animate or do automatic downloads doesn't exist. If you search for this, you won't find it. Only my tool has it, at least for now, right? Until someone downloads it and pirates it. It's tough, I've obfuscated it, done a lot of things to make piracy harder, but there are some really skilled hackers out there, right? They're gonna end up pirating it, I know that. But what can you do? That's life. And finally, TurboPrompt can also give you image creation results in Google's Whisk. Whisk is kind of like ImageFX, but it can give you images with better quality. There's no animation feature in Whisk, okay? Because for animation, you need to subscribe to the tool, and everything I want to show here is free. Oh, PicLumen isn't free anymore, but there's a way inside the training where I teach you how to keep accessing it without having to subscribe, okay? So I'm going to show you the tool here, exactly how it works, and I'll leave the link for you in the description and in the first pinned comment. Even if you watch everything I'm going to show you here, on the page where I introduce the tool, there's also a video there where I show more details about TurboPrompt. So here I'm going to show you what the workflow is like, right? How I set things up so it works smoothly without giving me any trouble. So shall we go check it out? Look, here's the thing. So you can really understand how I work here to keep things from freezing up, because I don't know if you know, browser extensions kind of have a life of their own. So sometimes you get it running and it works just fine, but if you click somewhere else, sometimes it stops, sometimes it keeps going. That's not a problem with TurboPrompt, it's just something with browser extensions in general. You can't really tell when it's going to work normally or when it's going to stop. So that's how I work. You can see here that I have a browser with a separate account. I even created this one here. Look, Alex Bassani Testes, which is an account I set up specifically to create images for myself. Over here on the side, I have my main account, which is where I have my ChatGPT subscription, access to things like Meta Business, and my Instagram. So this one here is my default Google account, okay? All right, so you get the idea here. And down here, I keep Windows Explorer open. You can see that it's overlapping here. If I click on the browsers, it overlaps because it's important for me to see if the images are actually being downloaded. I keep it like this to make sure that I'm really entering the prompts there and the images are coming here. Like I said, right, sometimes browser extensions have a mind of their own. I've already got all the versions of TurboPrompts open here, see? So here I have the TurboPrompt Auto Whiskey 2.0 because I improved its layout. I also have the TurboPrompt for ImageFX here, also 2.0 because I changed its layout. All of them here are version 2.0 because I updated their layouts today, okay? So here's the one for Meta, which already animates the images automatically, right? If I leave it enabled here, see? There's the Meta Basic, which only generates images and downloads them automatically, and there's the one for PicLumen. For PicLumen, as I mentioned inside the pill here, Chai-Fi in the training, I show you how to get access without needing to subscribe to the tool. So it's really straightforward, okay? If you like PicLumen, for example, you can use it without limits as well. So let me show you here. Look, for example, I'm creating a story here and I asked it to generate 100 prompts. Now with these 100 prompts, what do I do next? It generated them, so I come here and copy. See, because if I try to select, it won't pick up the numbers. And in ImageFX, you need to have the numbers so it doesn't give an error when generating the images. With Meta, PicLumen, or even Whiskey, you don't need them. But all of this, right, is covered in the training showing how to generate prompts with or without numbers, okay? So everything is explained there properly. So what am I going to do here? It generated with the numbers. I can't copy the numbers, but that's not a problem. I just come here, look, copy, done. I'm going to use it here first. Let me get it. I'll use Turbo ImageFX itself. I'll click here on Open ImageFX and it will go straight to the site. If it doesn't show up like this for you, just log in. Then you log in and you land on the screen. Now, something important for it to work properly, otherwise it won't work. When I split the screen into 3 parts like this, I need to reduce the size of the view here in this browser where I'm going to create the images. And why is that? Because browsers, or rather websites, are responsive. They're designed to work one way on a computer, another way on a phone, and yet another way on a tablet. Since the tool is specifically meant to be used on a computer, we need to reduce the size here so that it recognizes it as a computer screen again. Because the way it's showing up for me right now, it's as if it were a tablet screen. And if I wanted, for example, to see how it looks on a phone, look, I press F12 here, switch this to smartphone, let me shrink it, see, now it's set to smartphone 2. So like this, TurboPrompt won't work. So let me close this here. How am I gonna make it work? I come here to the 3 dots, go to zoom, and set it to 50%. Oops, that's too small now. Now, yes, it will work perfectly. And if you do this and this screen here where the prompts are, moves up because you'll be changing the settings and it disappears here. TurboPrompt also won't work because for it, if you're adjusting the settings and this screen is hidden, it will assume you're configuring something and not using it at the moment. So you need to finish the settings. For example, let's say I want to create a story and I need the characters to stay the same or similar from beginning to end. Then you click here on the lock. All right. Oh, I don't want the best quality, even though there aren't any more options here, right? There used to be. I want to change it. I want to make it vertical, portrait mode. You'll change it here. All right. But then once you're done, you need to come back here to this panel. So you click on it. All right, it'll open. Now I have it here. I've already copied the prompts. I'm going to open the TurboPrompt from ImageFX. I come here to the field where it's even showing me an example and I'll paste it. Look, Control+V. All right. Now I delete what I don't need. See? Let me delete this here. I'll go back to the beginning and delete everything above here. Look, from here up, I'm going to delete everything. Done. I left only the prompts. Once that's done, you don't need to do anything else. Just click on create and it will start sending the prompts over there and generating the images. All right, so I'll wait for it to generate these 4 here, and then let's go to the library to see how to download them. It already generated the first 4 images. Now it's going to send the second prompt there. There we go. All good. While it's generating here, I could very well be working on something else in the browser, like checking the images I've already downloaded and so on. Okay, let's pause here. I'm going to click on Open Library so we can see how to download. Then Open Library, it will open a new tab. look, here are all the images I've generated so far. So how am I going to automatically download them now without having to keep clicking OK, save every time? So the first thing you need to do is set up your browser to automatically download images. So you come here to the three dots, go to settings, click on the three little lines again, and go to downloads. So here inside the download section, even though I was already on this screen, anyway, I come here to change. See, there's already a path here, test, which is where I do my test. So it's already set to this path, but I come here to change, select, for example, the desktop. I'll choose the folder where I save images for dark channels and such. And I'll put here, I don't know, let's say video test, which is for this tutorial video I'm making for you. Video test. Okay, I select the folder and that's it. Now I can close this, go back to the library, open up the TurboPrompt from ImageFX again, and click on download images. That's all you need to do, nothing else. Now it starts downloading everything automatically. And if I want to check if it's really downloading, look, down here it already created the folder, it already showed me that it created it. I'm going to click here, see, there you go, it's downloading everything, see? It's this one right here. Now just let it do everything for you. When it's done, look, it'll even download the older ones here too. When it finishes, it'll stop and let you know that it's done. If you don't want to download all the images, what do you need to do? Let me stop it here. To stop it, you have to click on refresh, okay? That stop button, like the one here, see, it only works when it's generating prompts. I'm going to click here to auto stop it, so it won't generate anymore either. So let me go back here, see, alright, it was downloading. Let me refresh here. Then you have to click on the three dots, see, and go to delete library data. Then it'll ask you if you want to delete everything. Okay, done. Now, when you generate new images, it will only download those images that were there. Here, it finished downloading up to the point it still had time to download before I deleted it. So that's it. From Meta, let me open the Meta one here, which is really interesting because it animates automatically. So let's go, open Meta. Let me close this one too. Okay, here in Meta, here's how it works. Let me just check if it's at 50%. Oh, it's not, so let me reduce it here too. Okay, 50%. To start, you need to enter a command, or if you've already made some images, just click on one of these images here and then click open. But let's say you haven't made any of these images here. So let's go. Let me come here again and open Meta. Here in the image field, I'm going to type image. That's it. And you tell it to generate an image here. Oops, generate images. There you go. Now it will generate the images and open the options so we can use the tool. Done while we were. Okay, talking, it generated the 4 images. Now, what do I do here? I click on it to open this panel. See how everything opened up here now? I can configure the images however I want, like the environment and everything else. Okay, let's say you don't want to change anything. I'm just going to adjust the size here. But first, I need to delete it because any change I make here will generate the images again. So I'm going to delete what I wrote. Look, generate images done. Now I'm going to set the size here to 16 by 9. I'm going to copy a prompt here, this number 22, just so we can test it. I'll open the tool again here, and I'll activate this option to animate as it generates. Once that's done, I'll paste it and click on create. There you go, it's already sent over there. Now, it's going to have a slight delay because sometimes the person's internet is a bit slower and so on, so it needs to have this delay for the internet to process. Now, it sends the command to create. Once it sends the command to create, it will also prompt to animate. It automatically clicks the animate button. Look, it's already animated and is about to start the download. Done. Now I'll go check to see if it downloaded these videos correctly. Let me maximize this. Here, look, all the videos are right here, just as they should be. Check it out. On Whisk, let me close this and resize it again. I had set it here to overlay. Let me fix this. I ended up messing it up. It's the same thing on Whisk, okay? And on PicLumen as well. So you click on open. I'll grab the one from PicLumen here too, look. Open PicLumen. The only detail is that the Meta AI tool that makes these movements is a bonus. It will be in the bonus module. Whisk is also a bonus, so it will be in the bonus module. What you'll have access to right away is the TurboPrompt for ImageFX, the TurboPrompt for Meta AI Basic, which is for image generation, and the TurboPrompt for PicLumen, because the idea is to speed up your image creation process. But I also created this one for Meta with automatic animation and included it as a bonus inside the training. So it's a tool that's been helping me a lot. I decided to get into this whole dark channel thing, so I need speed, otherwise I can't keep up, I can't produce, and there's no decent financial return. So this has been helping me a lot. Sometimes I put in 200, 300 prompts there to generate an ImageFX and just leave it, go have some coffee, do something else. When I come back, everything's ready, I just download it and start editing my videos. It's a beautiful thing to see, and the best part is you don't have to do it every time. You can create a bunch of images with generic prompts, for example, if you have a history or religion channel or something like that, and just save them in a folder. So every time you need them, everything's already there, nice and organized. You just keep adding, arranging things differently, changing positions, adding effects. You already have a lot of stuff ready and all for free. So for you who stayed with me until now, don't forget to leave your like and go check out this tool as well. It's linked here in the description and in the first pinned comment. TurboPrompt, okay? It's a tool I developed to speed up the process of creating and generating images so you can save them on your computer and make your productions much faster. Alright? I'll wrap things up here and I'll see you in the next video. A big hug and goodbye.